Alright, yo, what's up? So, I'm just gonna kind of go off knowledge, and it's honestly really pretty easy, but I've seen people struggle with this, so I'm gonna teach y'all how. First you gotta update it, which if I recommend being experienced with Roblox Studio first of all, so that's something. But if you don't know how, right at the top there should be a home, and then to the very right is a plugins, and then manage plugins, and then at the top it should be updating, like Moon Enemy right here. You literally just click update, and they should update it. Sometimes you have to restart Studio, but with the build suite you don't. And if the build suite isn't there, you have to re-enable it. You gotta find a scroll down on it, like manage plugins again, the TC2 build suite right here. All right, so that's how you do it. So after you update the build suite, you want to go here, and then on the left deploy, and then you'll be able to insert a game mode, not a game mode, but any game mode map, I guess. I've never really tried anything, so we're just gonna go simple and do King of the Hill. So you'll see a lot of things, and I'll probably explain it, and I'll actually explain it right here. So in this folder called settings, it's general. Like allow unanchored parts basically means that anything with the toggle, like any part with the toggle that is anchored, if it's unanchored, it'll be unanchored naturally. Here's the thing about TC2. TC2 actually anchors your parts automatically if it isn't unanchored, but taking this box, this bool value, which will allow those unanchored parts, which are very useful for tools and holdable items. Lighting is actually really simple. It's just everything in this folder. And here's a really neat feature. If you change your lighting in Studio, and then you go to the build suite right here, and then you go to automate, you can copy game.lighting settings to a folder, and then once you click that, it should create a lighting, and then you can just add it here and delete that. So, and then here's terrain. Terrain is kind of, I'm gonna admit it right now. I don't know that much about terrain, but basically you can change the color of the clouds. You can even enable it, disable it, change the color of the water. I'm pretty sure you can also automate it in the build suite right here. Yeah, right here. You click it and then delete this folder and then just drag it in settings. All right. Game mode, if you choose your map, this should already be set for you, but you can change this value at the top, which is activated, which is basically how much setup time you'll get before the point is controllable, I think. Maybe. Or I think it's just setup time in general where you're in your spawn. So yeah, that's the settings. And then clips are just player clips, invisible walls and such. Control point is the actual control point itself. You can change this, which changes how much time it'll take for you to cap the point. So for Koth, it's set to 10, but if you set it to a larger number, it'll take longer to cap. The bigger the number, the longer you cap. And a little tip is that because the model on this is kind of weird, I recommend holding control and then selecting the capture zone and the point location at the same time. Move it around like that, and then you hide the capture zone right there, so you won't be able to see it. Move the point location with the capture zone. All right. Doors. I've never really used doors, but honestly, if you're making an actual map, you'll probably need to know this. But if you're I don't know, if you want to Import Area 51 in typical colors too, probably won't need to know this. But basically, I've actually never read the map docs, which sounds stupid now that I think about it. But basically, no clue what activation type 3 is. Wait for finish, no clue what 2 is. One way basically means you can only go one way. Standard means all classes and all teams can open it. All teams can open it. Green only means that only green can open it. Red means that only red can open it. Stage 1, force close. Stage 2, slow force open. I think this basically means that in stage 1, in the starting of the round, you won't be able to open the door even if you touch the trigger, which is a huge orange box. But stage 2 and 3, it'll slow force open. Stage 1 is standard. Stage 2 is force open. Stage 3 is force close. And you won't need to worry about most of these. I mean, you can go crazy. There's there's like these little configuration like areas you can change the attributes in, which will affect TC2. You can size the trigger hitbox. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Geometry is just where your like map goes. So it can be more simple. Be more simple. Actually, I'm gonna call this doors. Make sure doors and our stuff are in the doors folder. Also hide the trigger, because I don't know, it's just kind of embarrassing. But yeah, you can always resize the trigger. I'm not gonna take the time to size it correctly, but yeah, you can get the gist of that. Yeah, there's just those doors. I recommend deleting any doors you don't use, because it'll make it easier to load. You just delete everything in here and then place it in geometry. Ignore is where it gets actually kind of fun. See, the way these hinges are facing is the way your camera is going to be looking. And I'm pretty sure in automate, or in the build suite, in automate, there's actually a create new camera spot section, which will actually create a new camera, which will create a camera spot, which you can move in either of these cameras. I won't be taking it around for now, but yeah, there's that. So in jump pads, I've actually never really used these, but I'm pretty sure you can like tweak the power, which I'm pretty sure they have a sound. Honestly, just experiment with a lot of things. Like here, service GY. This pad no sound basically means that it won't make the gravity coil sound. There's another pad, just like power 40. More powered, more anything, right? Teleporter hold on. Kill bricks is pretty self-explanatory. If you watch my other videos, it basically means if you touch it, you die. So we'll put this in for the sake of the video. This map isn't supposed to be nice. I mean, I'm literally making it for a video. No build basically means I'm gonna keep it highlighted so I can like decide which ones I can like show you guys and like see if it works. No build basically means that the mechanic can't build in these zones, like how big it is, the size. Parts, I'm pretty sure are just like for miscellaneous things like Easter eggs and signs and such. Stuff for the map to ignore, if you will. Teleporters are actually pretty interesting. So the way teleporters work is that it goes back and forth, right? And when you touch a teleporter and such, it'll go to the other teleporter named after teleporter. So for example, teleporter 1 will go to the other teleporter 1. If you touch this one, it'll go to this teleporter 1. And then to make a new teleporter, do like teleporter 2, teleporter 3, and make duplicates of those, yada yada yada. Like where you want to go, right? So there's those. I'm just no entry, I'm pretty sure like means that you can't enter the teleporter, which if you can't enter back, so it's kind of a one way, so that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna put that in for the sake of the video. Items is also pretty kind of self-explanatory. It's like the pickups from my last video. Basically, if you want to add like pickups around your map, you can do like Control D to like, and Alt Z to delete the duplicates if you want. I'm just gonna put this. I'm just gonna put this right here, And team specific is where it gets actually fun, cause you can make your barriers, which basically means either team can't, and the other team, for example, green, the red team can't enter the green barrier, so that's the barriers for those. I'm not gonna implement it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Spawn zone red basically means that if a green member enters in red spawn zone for whatever reason, they'll die on impact. And that also means when you switch your loadout, it'll instantly switch your loadout, so that's kind of cool. Spawns is, pretty self-explanatory as well. I'm just gonna put this. We'll put this up here. I'll show you guys some examples of some maps that I worked on, and like how I incorporated like, each of them. Obviously, I didn't incorporate everything. Like I said, I don't really mess around with doors that much. So, that's certain things won't work in maps, such as messages and hints, because thanks to bypasses and such. So only image labels work, not text labels. So yeah, I'm just gonna move the point right up here. Remember, delete anything you don't use. All right. Or if you can't delete them, make them transparent. So basically, we're essentially done. You want to rename your. I'm not entirely sure if this is mandatory, but I'm just gonna name it Treehouse. It's not that good. It's saved to your profile. Like when you save as a new asset, and then click on Distribute Marketplace. All right, this is very important. All right. After you click that, remember to submit. And if it does submission fail, just try again. Alright, and after that, click the link that it shows you. Very important, alright? Very important. A lot of things are actually really vital, alright? You got my least search history as a bonus. So, after you do that, you want to go in typical colors too. It's pretty fun. Go in typical colors too. Oh yeah, also you'll need an image, so I would just search for Treehouse. Oh yeah, also I forgot, before you publish it, I know if you're following through, I'm sorry, but to make sure it actually works, go to the build suite, go to validate, and click on your model and check map validity. If it says any problems, try to search for the problem. But if it says map successfully validated, you could save to Roblox and then overwrite an existing asset and then click the model to replace that model. See, that's the beauty of it, because you don't have to save new assets and change the assets every time. So yeah. Let's go on this. Alright, get your ID ready, because when I join the server, when you have a community server, you're gonna want to press L to open up the VIP menu. Alright, we're finally loading in. Remember, maps can take a while, or really big maps can take a really long time. This is actually a really good example of how to incorporate it. How to incorporate doors and such. And cost. Yeah. There are many more things of the build suite I didn't talk about. Okay, I'll just get to the point. I'll stop bragging. Basically, after you're done, I think I may actually be full. Anyway, so after you're done, you can put your credits on, you made the map and such. Then copy your map asset ID, name your map whatever you want, Treehouse. And then game mode, you can put anything there besides the example, so I'm just gonna put tree. And then internal name basically means Koth Treehouse, so I'm just gonna name it Koth Treehouse. And then remember, here's a useful tip for finding images. Go to Roblox Studio and open the toolbox, switch models to images, and then search up whatever topic, and then just copy it. You might not find the most reliable results, but if you don't want to make your own icon, this is the best thing. So after you do that, you want to select your map. You want to set next map to see if it works. If it's validated successfully, it should work. So here we are with our completely garbage map. You can see the points right there to basically where I put it. There's packs and stuff exactly where I put it. Red spawn, treehouse. Oh, this is the bounce. Yeah, you can set it higher in the configuration. as mechanic, when I step into the zone, I'm not able to like build anything, right? And if I walk into this, I'll die. That's kind of it for the tutorial. Remember, there's way more stuff I forgot to talk about, like in the build suite. You can, pretty sure you can deploy props, which, trust me, are very good. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Alright, see ya.
Watch this.